What? Anna knew that look. A request was coming, a favour no doubt. "Be a dear, Anna," the sister cooed, "and just look in on our little lamb before you knock off, eh?" The ice cubes would have started melting into her gin by now, and though she was nearly dead on her feet, she couldn't refuse. Max was a special case. The mere thought of his name pulled hard upon her heartstrings. You tried to be objective, not to get involved, but sometimes you couldn't help it. It was the same for all of the nursing staff, and this one, oh Lord, such a tragedy. "Go on then," she submitted. "Just this once, as long as you don't go feeding no mugwai, right?" She picked up the patient notes and winked. A frown stitched between Marilyn's parting. "Feeding what?" "The gremlins." Anna laughed at her bafflement. "Not after midnight, or else tomorrow will bring more mayhem, and I can't be doing with another day like today." She ducked, narrowly missing the paper projectile Marilyn had thrown at her head, and pushed her weary legs down the corridor. It really had been an odd sort of day. Lots of accidents. Lots. An old guy had come in, early afternoon, with a deep laceration on his forearm, and no memory of how it had happened. Before that, a young woman who had been felled by a pub sign in the shape of a pumpkin. Even one of their own gardeners, who tended what was left of the green spaces about the grounds, had been hurt by a falling tree. True, it had been very windy. A storm had been brewing for the past couple of hours. Flying debris could account for some of the incidents, but there was an unaccountable upsurge in the number of admissions that was rather unusual for the season. Maybe it was a full moon. Slipping open the door to the private room, she glanced out the window opposite and up into the clouds. The wind was sending thick navy patches scudding across the moon, but she could see her hunch had been right. It was full. Thank God she wasn't on night shift. The crazes would be filling A&E to the brim. Through the branches of a nearby tree, the wind began to whistle and whine. Anna shivered and exhaled noisily. It was stuffy in here, but that was preferable to being outside tonight. For once she was rather glad the windows were painted firmly shut. Time to focus on her last job. The broken form of Maximilian Harris, Max for short, lay tucked into the sheets. The poor kid was in there somewhere, she was sure, hovering in that unknown limbo between life and death. Comas were unusual things. There was no handbook on how to deal with such victims, and no specific course of action either. One size did not fit all. It was a pain explaining this to managers, intent on imposing patterns to shave budgets and economize by bulk buying drugs or equipment. Each patient was different, though if it were possible for some to be more exceptional than others, more unique, then little Max was it. The 8-year-old had fallen from a tree 6 days ago and remained unconscious ever since. Scans and X-rays had revealed no reason for his comatose state. In actual fact, there was some acceleration of activity in the hippocampus, another aberration which no one could explain. Her stomach sank as the shrunken form on the bed came into view. It was cruel how the human body transformed from vital to wasted in such a short space of time. The boy on the stiff white sheets should have been back up in the trees or looping through pedestrians on his BMX. Not here, pumped full of tubes that leaked and tore his pale skin. Less like a boy than an impression of one, a sad stain on the sheet. Tonight, she noticed for the first time the bone beneath his skin was becoming more visible. The age-old omen of death. Anna sent a briskly efficient smile at Lauren Harris, his mother, seated in her